So in the last lecture, we learned about Mongoose schemas and models. And so let's now implement a very simple schema and model for our application. And for now, let's do that right here in our server.js file. Later, of course, we're going to move that into a different file. So Mongoose is all about models. And a model is like a blueprint that we use to create documents. So it's a bit like classes in JavaScript, which we also kind of use as blueprints in order to create objects out of them, right? So again, we create a model in Mongoose in order to create documents using it, and also to query, update, and delete these documents. So basically, to perform each of the CRUD operation, so create, read, update, and delete, we need a Mongoose model. And in order to create a model, we actually need a schema. So we actually create models out of Mongoose schema, just like we learned in the last video. And we use a schema to describe our data, to set default values, to validate the data, and all kinds of stuff like that. So just as you will see right now, because now we're actually going to start creating a very simple schema for our tours. So let's say tour schema is a new mongoose.schema, and then in here we actually pass our schema as an object. Alright, we can then also pass in some options into the schema, but I'm leaving that to a future video where we actually need that feature. So remember the tour documents that we used to create in the last section when we started exploring MongoDB. So we always gave them a name, a rating, and a price, right? And so let's now replicate that here by saying name and then describing what type of data we want as the name. And we want it to be a string. So Mongoose actually uses the native JavaScript data types. And so here we can say string, or as the rating, we can say that we want a number, and the same as the price. It should also be a number, right? So this is the most basic way of describing our data. So we have a name, a rating, and a price, and we specified the data type that we expect for each of these fields. So again, this is the most basic way of describing a schema. But we can take it one step further by defining something called schema type options for each field, or only for some specific field. So let's start here with the name, and instead of just specifying it as a string, let's actually pass in another object. And so now we say that we want the type to be string, but we can now define a couple more options. Okay, for example, we can say that this field is required. And so we simply set the required property here to true. All right, so again, this object here are the schema type options, and they can be different for different types. For example, the number type has some different schema options than the string here, but many of them are also similar. So for example, the require, we can use it on number as well. And so let's do that here. So the type, we still want it to be a number, and we also want it to be required. Okay, now here in the required, we can actually specify the error that we want to be displayed when we're missing this field. So in order to do that, we just have to pass in an array, and the first one is true, so the first element is true, and the second one is the error string. So let's say a tour must have a name, and then here let's do the same. A tour must have a price. Okay, then we can also set default values, and let's do that here for the rating. So again, I'm going to specify some schema type options here, which is not mandatory. So it's enough to simply define the type here, like we did. But if we want some more features, then we need to really specify the schema type options object. Okay, and then we need to specify the type again, which is number. And as a default, I want it to be 4.5. And so if we now create a new tour document using the schema and not specifying the rating, it would then automatically be set to 4.5. All right. And just to finish, let's try another one here, which is to say that the name should be unique. So unique, and set it to true. And so like this, we cannot have two tour documents with the same name. All right? So this is our very basic schema. Let's now go ahead and actually create a model out of it. All right? And that's very simple. We simply create a variable called tour, and then mongoose.model, then the name of the model, which is tour with an uppercase T here. All right, and so that's just kind of a convention in programming to always use uppercase on model names and variables. So here it's the same. So I also created this tour variable here with a capital T, just so we know that we're dealing with a model here. All right, so the name of the model and then the schema. And that's it. So just like this, we created a tour out of the schema that we created here in the beginning. All right, and so in the next video, we're gonna then use this model here in order to create our very first tour document. All right, so just to recap here, we used new mongoose.schema here to specify a schema for our data. So basically describing it and also doing some validation. For example, this required here, this is actually something called a validator, because it is used to validate our data. In this case, simply to validate if the name is actually there. And there are a lot of validators in Mongoose, and we can actually also create our own. And so, of course, we're going to talk about that a bit later, again, once we actually need these features. Anyway, let's now quickly move on in order to finally start using the model that we just created.